I really hope this analogy holds up over the course of this vlog. That's gonna suck to pick that up. So, this week, oh crap, I got puzzle dust like all over the computer. Okay, so this week we are talking about where we get our ideas. For me, I get my ideas in itty bitty pieces. I'm not one of those writers that has a dream with a fully formed plot and fully formed characters. All of my writing starts with little tiny snippets, like little itty bitty pieces. Shadow Mile, my first book, began with the image of a door sitting in a yard. Okay, I was actually out walking one day and I came across this backyard. Like, the gate was open, and in the backyard there was a door. And there was like nothing around the door, it was just a door. And that led me to ask all these questions, you know, like, where does the door lead? And all those fun things. But it started with just the door, okay? Just this one little piece, you know, one image. And with Near Witch, it started with two little pieces. It started with this image of a small village, okay? And it was tucked in these rolling hills. It was completely its own little village. And that was one thing. And it started with a sentence. The wind on the moors is a tricky thing. And those were the only two pieces I had. And for me, the reason I did the whole puzzle analogy is it's really as if the book already exists. It's already a whole puzzle. It's just broken up. I'm just going on a search for all the different pieces and the way they fit together and hoping that I come across it. If I were one of those people that had dreams with a full scene and a fully formed conflict, it would be like me finding puzzle pieces like this, where it's all like, that's a large amount of this puzzle, which is 750 pieces that I just dumped out, put together. If I'm lucky, I get a little something like that. I get like one, maybe a scene. So for me, it's the little tiny pieces. I admire people who get like all of these big chunks and all they have to do is kind of like find the way they fit together, but for me it doesn't work that way. I kind of enjoy like that though. Like, I make it back into the game that it's supposed to be. I don't expect it to come to me like this. That's not as much fun. I like making that. Like, I get really excited when I get that far into the puzzle. I'm that kind of person. I've started to acknowledge that so that when I start a story, the first thing I do is make a list of all the little tiny pieces that I know I have. And these images become keystones in a way. And they become images that are very important to me, and I feel like they're very important to the story, and then I find ways to work them in. My little pile of all of these little pieces, just the little ones, the ones that sit by themselves, and then I start seeing how I can fit them together, and I go and I find the pieces as necessary. But it's by no means a clean, a neat process. If I could show you this table right now, I mean, the stuff is everywhere. And it's normally not even that easy. Normally, like, this puzzle piece is going to be like, I'm not even going to throw it because there's slats on this porch and I'm going to lose this puzzle piece and never be able to do this puzzle. But it's like way over there. You have to go hunting for it. And that's fun. It's a game, just like the puzzle. It's supposed to be like that. You don't want some cosmic power going around and putting all the pieces together when you're not looking. Put them together yourself. It's really, really exciting when you get one of those, like, 1,000-piece puzzles and you actually put it together at the end. And what's stressful is when you get to places in stories like where I am now with my new book, and you're, like, starting to get afraid that maybe this puzzle is missing pieces and it's never going to come together. And then you just kind of have to keep going and hope that, like, one piece is stuck to the inside edge of the box or something. So, anyway, that's how I do stories.